This is our word of the day, but what is it? Let's find out. To read this word, we must begin with the vowels. This first A is going to make the schwa sound because it is toward the beginning of a word and there's another vowel 2 doors down. That is a common reading pattern for A. When it is at or toward the beginning of a word and there's another vowel 2 doors down, 2 letters away, then that A will change to the schwa sound and say So we know this A is going to say This E is going to make its long sound. You might think that this part of the word says face because you recognize that word. However, we can't rely on our memory for standalone words to say the same thing that they do when they stand by themselves as they would if you see them as part of a longer word. Vowel sounds change depending on where they are in the word and the letters that surround it. So that E in face at the end of that word would be silent, but it is not silent in this word because it's not at the end. It's going to make its long sound and say E. Here's how we know. When you come to a vowel, you look at the next 2 letters. If either one of them is another vowel, right there, then the vowel that you are on will likely say its name or its long sound. So that's how we know that this E is going to say E. It's going to make its long sound. That is what I call the tap 2 rule. It's a reading pattern that I discovered that opens up the door for so many words. You will be able to have an educated assumption on what those vowels say because where they are in the word and the letters that surround it. Here's that tap 2 rule again. When you come to a vowel, look at the next 2 letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then the vowel that you are on will probably say its name or make its long sound. That's why the E in this word is saying E. This A breaks that tap 2 rule because it has its own pattern. When A is at or toward the beginning and there's a vowel 2 doors down, that first A says Now look at this I right here. This is an interesting fun fact for reading. When you see a TI together like that, it says shh. If that TI is toward the end of a word, a multisyllable word, and there's a vowel after it. So that's 3 things, right? Here is that rule in a nutshell. When you see TI toward the end of a multisyllable word and there's a vowel after it, that TI will say shh. Isn't that the funnest reading fact you've heard all day? So this I essentially is not acting as a vowel. It's acting as part of this team or this grapheme that's making one sound shh. This OUS is also a team. It's a suffix that says us. That O is essentially silent and that U is making its short sound. So now that we know what is happening with all of the vowels in this word, let's make sure that we understand how to pronounce the consonants. F is a voiceless sound. Only air comes out. F. Same with this C. Let's talk about this C. It's going to make its soft sound S because the next letter is an E, I, or Y. C will make its soft sound and say S if the next letter is an E, I, or Y. So since that C has an E after it, it's going to say S. This TI sound we know says sh, and then this S at the end, of course, says S. Those are all voiceless sounds. Many of our letters in our language are voiceless. No vocal cords should be used, such as this F, the C or the S sound, that SH sound, and the S at the end. All of those are quiet. No sound should be heard. Only air comes out. F, S, sh, S. So now that we know the correct sound of each letter or grapheme in that word, let's approach it with confidence. We're going to do what I call pencil reading. That is when you place a dot underneath each grapheme as you say it, one at a time, like this. F, S, E, sh, us. Now we're going to connect those dots or blend those sounds together all in one breath to read the word. Facetious. Facetious. That word is facetious. So now that we've learned how to read it, let's figure out how to spell it. To spell a word, you begin by separating or isolating each sound. So we're going to place a line representing each sound. We're not worrying about the letters yet. The lines don't represent letters, they represent sounds. It looks like this. F, s, e, sh, s. Now, as you can see, I put a dot underneath each vowel sound. That is super important because we spell the vowels last. When we read the vowels first. When we spell the vowels last because vowel sounds have several different spellings. And in order to know how to spell a certain vowel sound, you have to know where it sits in the word and the letters that are around it. So we spell the vowels last. So we're going to put our consonants in first. We have f, s. Now I know that this is an E right here, and the letter that spells the S sound right before an E is a C. Sh, Now this is a vowel sound right here, and I know that this sh is toward the end of a multisyllable word with a vowel sound after it, so it's going to be spelled with that T-I, and then our S at the end. Now we can spell the vowels. For the sound at the beginning, I'm not going to use a U. You have learned in just this video that when A comes at or toward the beginning of a word and there is a vowel two doors down, which I can see right there because I've dotted it, then that sound or that schwa sound is spelled with an A. This E sound is going to be spelled with an E, and I know that that E can say E there because there's a vowel in the next one or two spots. And this right here is going to be spelled with an OU. OU can say sometimes, and we know that it says here because that OUS is that common suffix that comes at the end of multisyllable words. So here we have f, s, e, sh, s. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just correctly spelled the word facetious. Well done. Now let's define it. Facetious means treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor. Let's use it in a sentence so we can get a better grasp of that definition. So here are some sentences that can help us to understand the meaning of facetious. Number 1, when I asked if he wanted to help clean the garage, he gave a facetious answer and said, only if I get paid $1 million. Number 2, she made a facetious remark about quitting school to join the circus, but her parents didn't find it funny. And number 3, though he was being facetious, his joke about the fire drill annoyed the teacher. So we can see that facetious means treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor. All right, so far we have learned how to read the word facetious and spell it. We've defined the word and we've learned more about the meaning by using it in a sentence. Now let's discuss it. I want you to pick one of these 3 discussion questions to give me your thoughts in the comments. The first one is, have you ever said something facetious that was misunderstood as serious? Or maybe you would like to answer this one. What is the line between being funny and being disrespectful? Or this one, why do people sometimes make facetious comments when they are nervous or uncomfortable? Choose which question you feel most strongly about and give me your thoughts in the comments. Now I have a feeling that we understand the word facetious a little bit more. So now you know what it's time for? It's time to teach and share. Teach somebody else how to read facetious, how to spell it, what it means. Elaborate on that meaning by using it in sentences when you talk, or by using it in discussion questions like we just had. Teach the word to others, and then, if you want to help this literacy movement on a grand scale, share this video so the whole world can become more literate, one word at a time.